Hello everyone, it's Jessie, and we have finally made it to the Season 2 finale of Young Justice. It's been kind of a wild ride of betrayals and plot twists and alien invasions, the Reach versus the Light versus the Team, and the Justice League nowhere to be seen for most of the season. We've had deaths faked on multiple occasions, breakups, new relationships, more breakups, lies, just a lot of lying. Just no one can talk to each other like a normal human being, which is to be, kind of expected. We've had Warworld show up in the final act, kind of out of nowhere. And leading into this episode, the Light has kind of left the picture. At the very least, they left the planet with another planet, which I have a feeling is not going to be taken care of whatsoever in this episode. But we do have another issue to deal with, which is the fact that the Reach has stopped being subtle and now is just outright attacking the planet, apparently. So yes, the Reach has started their invasion, and it is up to the team to kind of deal with that because the Justice League are still off planet dealing with Space Court. Just for a little while longer. I'm excited to see how all of this kind of wraps up. I'm worried for Wally. Part of me is expecting another, huge twist in this episode, and I don't know why. I think we kind of finished up all, lingering plot threads when it came to, interpersonal relationships last episode. But we'll have to see if this episode has any interesting twists or story beats in store for us. But that's all I have to say about that. So let's go ahead and jump into this episode.
The Tribunal of the High Court of the Polyglotcher of Rimbor finds the defendants guilty on all counts. Take them away!
Justice at last!
Wait, there's no,
Court is adjourned.
Well, wait, how does Space Court work? Is there no, jury?
Icon, Hawkman, we've brought new evidence. The Light and the Reach on holographic record, admitting they framed the League. It should easily clear them of all charges.
I'm sorry. You're too late.
Wait, what is the judicial process on Rimbor? Can't you go to, the space judge with new space evidence?
Now all the hero meat will die.
I would not be so sure.
Where did you guys come from? Okay.
You are alone.
I am sufficient. I tried to keep you on mode, or at least salvage your scarabs. But clearly, all four of you are corrupt beyond redemption.
It is you who are corrupt.
Oh, he means
I will
the creatures
reset
and the
your
scape
scarab and set you free.
I think he's just evil, my dude. Well, that's horrifying.
Martians. Destroying your scarab would kill most meat.
Motive: bringing Earth to the Reach's attention.
Yes, but have you nothing more to offer?
We do have more to offer.
Lovely.
Oh. They're space corrupt.
This is a court of justice. I mean, the decisions of the tribunal have repercussions throughout the galaxy.
Okay, they're stalling for time.
Demonstrate that truth and justice prevail here.
Truth, justice, and the American way?
You are the cause of this debacle. It is long past time your scarab was destroyed and your life ended.
Oh no, are they going to kill Jaime? I'm so worried.
I will survive. No, Jaime Reyes. Once we fought for control, but now we are united. Friends, hermanos, standing together.
They're avataring him. Why do they scream? Oh.
What have you done?
It is over. We have won.
Is Black Beetle just dead? Because he said that most creatures would die when their scarab is removed. It's just because the other dude was a Martian he survived. Did Jaime just murder that man? I mean, he deserved it,
They're causing a deterioration of the planet's magnetic field, which in turn is causing these not-so-natural disasters. Each is defended by Beetle-Tech drones programmed to run interference until the MFD can build up enough steam to go chrysalis and end the world.
So how do we shut them down?
I don't know, because Black Beetle didn't know.
Transmission from United Nations Secretary General Sang Tangoon.
Luthor!
What are you...
Secretary Sang was kind enough to let me borrow his frequency, as I have a possible solution to our mutual.
Because you have a possible solution.
LexCorp has developed anti-reach software, a virus that should disable their magnetic field disruptors. Now, I believe time is of the essence.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
I'm sorry about everything. What went wrong with our relationship was all my fault.
Yeah.
Me and Wendy? Dating? No. Believe it or not, she started dating Marvin. I've been, I don't know, buffer?
A buffer? That's great. I mean, that's so nice of you.
Just get back together.
All charges are dropped, effective immediately. The former prisoners will be processed and released to your custody forthwith.
Why?
We did it!
Why do I feel like this is
The
too
Justice
easy?
League.
Every single magnetic field disruptor must be disabled before they chrysalis to guarantee Earth's safety. Each MFD is protected by multiple Beetle-Tech drones, and each drone
Everyone's
is the
here.
equivalent of a Beetle warrior. Blue Beetle has located 20 MFDs around the world.
The other only has to physically touch his or her egg against an MFD to disable it.
You really think we can trust Luthor?
It's his world too.
I
Pretty sure
mean,
he doesn't want it reduced to space dust.
yeah, that's
Besides,
fair.
We don't have much choice.
I mean, I wouldn't trust him with my life, but he does want to be the hero.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He has the best interest of the Earth in mind, in it, like his mind.
How does it feel?
good. To be free and cleared. And even better to be heading home.
Attention, citizens of Rimbor. I bear a message to the galaxy.
Oh, this bitch.
I am Vandal Savage of Earth, and I hereby declare my homeworld off limits to all incursion or invasion. Any breach of our planet's security will result in severe discipline.
What makes Savage think these aliens will take his threat seriously?
Yeah, that's... You know...
Alpha Squad, engaging drones.
Acknowledged.
That checks out. Yeah, Flash Family and Artemis!
Ah, the Eiffel Tower and the ever-romantic City of Lights. We're definitely coming back here, babe. You know, when we don't have a world to save.
There will always be a world to save. Now drop me and go.
Guys, I'm worried about Wally, because in the last episode he's just like, I got like 3 days to retirement, basically. Now he's just like, we'll come back here when the world isn't saved and aw. But like, when the world isn't in danger, we'll come back. Don't make plans until the world is saved. Come on.
There are no Zeta tubes in the Arctic. How are we going to...
Don't worry, gang. I've got this. Not without me, you don't. Squad 2, remember? Let's go in and crash that MFD's mode. Volley grabs.
Yeah, let's go, Flashes. Flash Eye? Flashes.
Magnetic field disruptor. It's already gone chrysalis. I'm not sure if the egg...
The egg is useless now. You're too late.
How do you stop it now?
Now you run.
Hey, I'm no quitter. There's gotta be...
I didn't say run away. I said run.
Together,
Opposite
you and
direction?
me also should be able to negate the chrysalis by running counter to its energy flow.
You'll be attempting to siphon its power with your own speed trails. It'll take a massive amount of kinetic energy.
Do you think it'll be enough?
Recognize. Kid Flash. D0.
Oh god, fucking
And no matter what,
Wally. I mean, Wally should be fine, right? He's like the fastest in the comics. But that's the comics. Fucking worried. There's been red flag warnings since like last episode.
I'm not certain the two of us can generate enough kinetic energy. Then how about the three of us? I may not be as fast as you two, but I can add my fair share of
Oh
kinetic energy.
no, he's slower in this
I can't let
universe.
the new kid take all the credit for saving the world.
Good man.
So crash! Come on, Rollman. You can do better than that.
Oh no, they're all here. Oh no. Now we got an audience.
The Kid Flash is in danger. His slower speed is making him an exit valve for the chrysalis energy. In 16 seconds, he will cease.
Cease? Cease what? It's no good, Barry. Oh, man. Artemis is so gonna kill me for this. And don't even get me started on Mom and Dad. Kid? Just tell them. Okay? Kid!
They did it!
Oh no.
It's over!
Congratulations. You have...
Wait! Where's Wally?
Artemis. He wanted me to tell you.
No.
He loved you.
Not cool show. Man, I saw the fucking coming.
Are we too late?
Yeah, you guys have missed a lot.
Aqualad, what happened here?
Fear not. The crisis has passed.
The crisis?
Though at a terrible cost.
Is this a crisis? I mean, a Flash died. That's, oh god, no. Like, Wally's still alive, right? He just got, like, lost in a speed force. I might just be in denial.
Sounds like someone's finally listening to old G. Gorgeous.
Oh my,
The
this
lone
fucker.
Voice of reason. Calling
I still
for the
don't like
ouster
you.
of UN Secretary General Tseng after his disastrous collaboration with the Reach. Tseng finally resigned. You're welcome now.
I'm resigning myself to your appearance.
But I think we all know only one man qualifies. The man responsible for saving all our lives from the Reach's MFDs. Ladies and gentlemen,
He's working with fucking
I give
light.
you
Lex Luthor. It's always fucking Lex Luthor.
You have got to be kidding me.
It's not like it's President Lex.
I officially turn over my chairmanship of the league to you.
Wow. Thanks so much.
This is no time for the
Oh.
I'm not resigning. Just taking a leave of absence. Besides, if you need help, Barbara's more than ready to step up.
Agreed. But Dick...
I need a break, Calder. You, me, Wally, we founded this team. Without him...
Oh, God. Yeah.
I understand.
He lost his best friend. Oh. Oh, part.
You look good.
Really? Because I feel like a fraud.
Well, don't. You're honoring Wally's memory by becoming Kid Flash.
Why is she wearing her
I know
tigress
you'd be
armor?
proud. Artemis was Wally's partner. I need some distance. I need a change. So let's see how Tigress does.
Call me Static. Catchy. So, what about your pals? I take it they declined our invitation? And the others are getting out of the game.
That's
Since
fair.
we're Tim and Cassie a couple.
Since Wally, you know, was kind of a life is short thing.
Tim and Cassie?
Cassie
Ugh.
the courage to kiss him.
Well, that kind of courage.
Can be hard to come by.
Okay, wait. Don't like that. You can't just give Tim a new blonde. Tim and Cassie, ugh.
This team has had successes, but much remains to be done.
Business as usual.
The rest of you are Gamma, and we'll investigate back
Take a
what
nap.
we need.
Nightwing, you deserve it.
Next move.
Oh, Apocalypse? I just spit. Oh. I know. Dark side.
Business as usual.
Huh? We're doing New Gods? Like, properly? Okay. So that was my reaction to the season finale of season 2 of Young Justice, Endgame. Okay, so I feel like there's only, like, 2 big things to talk about in this episode. And I think I'm gonna leave them for later because I think once I talk about Wally and New Gods, that's all I'm gonna talk about. Sometimes I feel like the show has a hard time wrapping up plots. I understand that the Justice League in court subplot was just kind of there to get the Justice League out of the way and kind of justify why they weren't there for most of the season, but also I don't understand why we were shown something that was so easy of being like, here's a flash drive with evidence, they're free now. Like, it wasn't going to be more difficult or have more plot relevance. I don't know why we saw it. I wish we had spent more time with, like, the bombs that were about to, like, explode the planet, or spending time with the characters, especially Wally before his death. It is also kind of annoying that, like, Warworld was, like, this big plot point for the final fourth of the season, and it is now just, I don't know, continuing on into season 3. Because they did this with the first season of, like, not wrapping everything up and then being like, well, this is going to be next season's plot. But the problem is Warworld felt like a bigger chunk of this season. And we still haven't done anything with the light. Like, we haven't dealt with them. And, I don't know, I think it's just kind of frustrating that they're just dragging on the light as the villain, and they keep... Because it feels like the team's not actually winning. They're just delaying more than anything else. And I'm worried that that's going to continue on to, like, season 3 and season 4. Like, season 3, the light aren't going to be the main villains. It's obviously they're not going to be the main villains. It's going to be Apocalypse and the New Gods. But that means, unfortunately, that, like, the light are going to be sub-villains, and they're probably going to get away at the end of the season again, which will lead into the next season, and that will continue on until the show inevitably, like, burns and dies, which is a fear I have. I'm also kind of afraid that we're going to do, like, another time skip where we introduce a bunch of characters, and also a bunch of, like, character development happens off-screen because they don't want to do the legwork in the actual show. Because that's something that frustrated me with the time skip between season 1 and season 2, is that we never got to see Dick become Nightwing, like, and going from Robin and growing into that character. We never got to see, like, the interesting stuff of, like, Calder's betrayal and Megan and Superboy breaking up because she did this horrible thing where she tried to change his memory, which I think would be, like, an interesting, like, actual arc instead of this, oh, will she change? Will they get back together? Will she feel sorry for her actions? We don't know. And I try to be positive about the show because I think it's more interesting than being, like, nitpicky and talking about the things I don't like. Because this show does have its issues. Like, I've been noticing animation problems more and more often. Like, the just line quality looks worse in some shots, and it's just like, your budget did not go to this. Pacing's been kind of weird sometimes. But yeah, it's just something I'm worried about going forward, is that, like, this season we didn't get a lot of, like, character moments, and I'm worried that, like, we're just gonna, like, focus on the plot. But even then, like, I liked this season, but, like, it was much sloppier than season 1, and I think that has to do with the fact that they wanted to add, like, more characters. And so it felt a lot more divided, because it feels less like a Young Justice show and more of just a DC Universe show. Like, we didn't really get to focus a lot on our core group from season 1 as much, which I think kind of hurt Wally's death, which I guess we can talk about. I want to be sad about it. I do. And I kind of saw it coming because they kind of broadcast it kind of loudly last episode, at least to me, because they did that trope of, hey, I'm handing the mantle over because I'm getting out of the game. I'm gonna go live a normal life. And you don't say that out loud unless you're gonna die in these kind of shows. And so, I saw it coming. But the problem I have with it is they didn't spend enough time with it. Like, they didn't hold it, and it was just like, oh, yeah, he's dying. Oh, he just disappeared after, like, I think they just had to build more to it and linger a little longer. But it was so rushed in its execution that, yeah, I'm sad he's dead, but the execution was just off, right? Also, it doesn't feel like he's dead for me. I think that's because he kind of disappeared into nothingness while running at top speed. And so that screams getting lost in the Speed Force to me. And I've been told that the Speed Force doesn't exist in this show because the creator doesn't like it, which is crazy to me. But from what I know about the show is that the creator grew up on a certain era of comics, and anything kind of after that he doesn't particularly prefer. And so the Speed Force wasn't a thing in comics when he was reading them, but it's been a thing for so long that it feels weird that, like, the Speed Force isn't a thing. But it's clear that the show was referencing crisis events in this episode. Aqualad literally says crisis averted or something of the sort at the end. And so they're clearly referring to crisis events in comics. And crisis events in comics have this running thing. I don't want to call it a joke, but there's a trope in most crisis events that a Flash dies. In the first crisis event, Barry got lost in the Speed Force, died, basically. And that's when Wally ended up becoming the Flash, and then it kind of ping-pongs back and forth, and occasionally, like, some other new Flash arrives to die, and the cycle continues. And so, the thing with that is, most of the time, in those events, they don't actually die. They just get, like, lost in time in the Speed Force, and then they pop back in. But also, that's also a comic thing, where characters can never die permanently. But this death really felt like Wally's death in Infinite Crisis, where he just kind of gets lost in the time stream out of, like, nowhere. And so that's why it doesn't feel permanent, and it might be permanent, I don't know. But it just doesn't seem real. Also, it kind of makes me mad that he's the slowest in this. So, I'm not, like, a Flash reader by any stretch of the imagination, but I have a friend who's, like, super into it, and I've kind of learned a bunch of stuff by osmosis. But apparently, originally, Wally kind of creates the Speed Force or discovers the Speed Force, and then later in comics, they gave that to Barry in, like, one of the, like, reboots, but as a trade-off, Wally became the fastest Flash. Also, he's kind of the best Flash, let's be honest. Like, Barry is just kind of like the working class, and Impulse is Impulse. But, like, Wally is the best Flash. If you watch the Justice League cartoon, that's not Barry, that's Wally. Because even that cartoon was just like, we're gonna switch him out because Wally is the best Flash, and he's the most interesting, he has the best personality. Also, we just need, like, a ginger on the team, because, you know. So, yeah, kinda, I don't know. It feels kind of in bad taste to make him the slowest in this. Also, the fact that he's, like, in barely any episodes leading up to his death. He's, like, not a character this season because he's retired, so they bring him out of retirement to just off him? Does the creator of the show not like Wally? I think the answer is yes. It just... this is why I didn't want to get on this rant at the very beginning, because I knew if I started talking about things that upset me in this episode, I was not gonna stop. Okay, so other things that happened in the episode. Lex Luthor is now the leader of the United Nations. Is that what that group was? Is this their way of doing, like, President Lex Luthor without actually making him the president? Because that's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, that checks out. But I'm not entirely sure, like, what power being the General Secretary of the United Nations gives you. Or Secretary General. What is your executive power there? Like, how much more power do you get by being the Secretary General of the United Nations that you didn't get as a billionaire that can fund and buy off most of the population? But now he's in a apparently more beneficial position of power. Definitely won't abuse that. Okay, I think it's time to finally talk about the apocalyptian-sized elephant in the room. We're doing Apocalypse? We're gonna do that crisis now? I knew what we were gonna see as soon as it said Apocalypse in the corner. Like, what else is gonna be? And we've seen Desaad before in that one, like, New Gods episode, but it was, the good New Gods, whose planet I cannot name, because the only interesting New Gods are the evil New Gods. New Genesis? Is it New Genesis? I'm gonna say New Genesis. I'm just gonna commit to that and hope to God I'm right. But we saw it in that one episode with the good New Gods. We saw a bit of Desaad in all his melty bubblegum glory. But now we get to see the big man, Darkseid. But there's no, like, hints to what's going on there other than, Darkseid. Are we gonna get the anti-life equation? Are we just gonna get him using the mother boxes to destroy the Earth? This is just gonna be the Snyder Cut again. Though, I am excited to see Omega Beams. I think they're neat, and I like their design and the way that they go zigzag. But I have a feeling we're not going to see, like, a lot of Darkseid, because once he shows up on Earth, you're kind of screwed. I think it's going to be, like, a slow invasion. We're going to build up to the Darkseid. We might see some of the followers of Darkseid first, like Desaad or Granny Goodness or Steppenwolf. And those are the three I know, so... But what the fuck does the Light want to do with them? What are their plans? Like, part of me feels like they're not using the Light's, like, motivations well. They're just using them to, like, introduce new villains. Like, the Light just brings new villains who are going to be, like, the main villains of the season, and they just fuck off until the next one. Like, if you're trying to advance humans to become better and better through, like, strife, right, so they evolve quicker or whatever Vandal Savage wants, I feel like Darkseid is not the way to do that. I feel like Darkseid just wipes the board clean. It's like, if you want humans to keep living, but as, like, a higher version of themselves, you don't bring Darkseid. Does Vandal Savage thinks he can control and out-manipulate Darkseid? Because, honey, I have some things to tell ya. But I guess that does feel very Vandal Savage, that he is so proud of himself and his big old brain and thinks he's so great that he thinks he can manipulate Darkseid and New Gods. We'll see how that turns out. Part of me really wants to see Darkseid just crush Vandal Savage's head underneath his boot. That's probably not going to happen. But it'd be fun to see. Couple more quick things. Kind of wish we got an actual reunion between the Justice League and their family members. Even a acknowledgement. That'd be great. But no. Wait, because, like, Aquaman doesn't even know that Calder was, like, deep covered this entire time, does he? Like, we don't get, like, that sort of conversation, that reunion. Hey, sorry you thought I was evil. It was actually undercover this entire time. Good to see you again. No, nothing. Because he was gone. No. Do we get Bat Dad saying hi to his kids? No. Superman and Connor? No. Megan and Connor getting back together? Nope, that'll be in the in-between season break, won't it? Yeah. It's just kind of frustrating what they choose to focus on sometimes in these episodes. Like, I feel like decent parts of the season could have been cut in exchange for decent character moments. We didn't even get Clone Roy coming back in. Like, we saw him for a second and it was nice to see him, but like, we didn't get anything from him this season until the very end, which is, it's just frustrating. I have hopes for season 3 of this show, but a lot of fears as well. And I'm going to put my trust in this show because I know that they can do like really great things with these characters. And I just hope like next season's a little more focused. Like, they choose like a group of characters and they focus on it and they have like a singular story that they're like heading towards. Also, I hope my boy gets, you know, a little more things to do because my own personal biases want to see more Nightwing. So that was my reaction to Season 2, Episode 20 of Young Justice, Endgame. If you like this reaction, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and keeps me motivated to keep making more of these. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.